almost completely destroyed, and in service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental tones, is established as an irrevocable fact. Om Gyanati Mirandasya Jnananjala Shalaka Chakshurun Limitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama. I was born in the darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with a torch of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Okay, now we're gonna open the verse, and it is Canto 7, text 10, text 11. Right on. 7, 10, 11. Okay, we'll read from text 11 up until text 24.
Yes.
Once we are ready. And how I want to do this, I'll start with text 11, and then we continue one by one, each text. Text 11. The Supreme Personality of God had said, "My dear Prahlada, a devotee like you never desires any kind of material opulence, either in this life or in the next. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy the opulences of the demons in this material world, acting as their king until the end of the duration of time occupied by Manu." Please, Prabhu.
It does not matter that you are in material world. You should always continuously hear the instructions and messages given by me and always be absorbed in thought of me. For I am the Supreme Soul existing in the core of everyone's heart. Therefore, give up fruitive activities and worship me.
My dear Prahlad, while you are in this material world, you will exhaust all the reactions of pious activity by feeling happiness, and by acting piously, you will neutralize impious activity. Because of the powerful time factor, you will give up your body, but the glories of activities will be sunk in the upper planetary systems, and being fully freed from all bondage, you will return home back to Godhead.
Exporting. One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers you have offered, becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities.
The Lord Maharaj said, "O Supreme Lord, because you are so merciful to the fallen souls, I ask you for only one benediction. I know that my father, at the time of his death, had already been purified by your glance upon him. But because of his ignorance of your beautiful power and supremacy, he was unnecessarily angry at you, falsely thinking that you were the killer of his brother. Thus, he directly blasphemed your lordship, the spiritual master of all living beings, and committed heavily sinful activities directed against me, your devotee. I wish that he be excused for these sinful activities."
The Supreme Personality of God had said, "My dear Prahlad, O most pure, O great saintly person, your father has been purified, along with 21 forefathers in your family, because you were born in this family. The entire dynasty was been purified."
Text 19. Whenever and wherever there are peaceful, equipoised devotees, well behaved and decorated with all good qualities, that place and the dynasties there, even if condemned, are purified.
My dear Prahlad, think of the Daityas. Because of being attached to devotional service to me, my devotee does not distinguish between lower and higher living entities. In all respects, he is never jealous of anyone.
Those who follow your example will naturally become my pure devotees. You are the best example of my devotee, and I should follow in your footsteps.
My dear child, your father has been purified, has already been purified just by the touch of my body at the time of his death. Nonetheless, the duty of a son is to perform the Shraddha ritualistic ceremony after his father's death, so that his father may be promoted to planetary system, where he may become a good citizen and devotee.
After performing the ritual ceremonies, take charge of your father's kingdom. Sit upon the throne and do not be disturbed by materialistic activities. Please keep your mind fixed upon me without transgressing the injunction of the Vedas. As a matter of formality, you may perform your particular duties.
Sri Narada Muni continued, thus as Supreme Personality of Godhead ordered Prahlada Maharaj perform the ritualistic ceremonies for his father. O King Yudhishthira, he was then enthroned in the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu as directed by the Brahmanas.
Thank you. We'll get back to text 11 and spend more attention to it. Prabhu, I wonder if you give me the computer, does it show the text?
Yes.
I want to do that. Just to...
No, it not show the text. It
Okay.
only show in this screen.
Beautiful. Back to our verse.
Can you open another document?
I just wanted to see what I'm presenting you,
Oh,
but it's fine. Chapter 10. Oh, chapter 9 is really big. Okay. Let's read the Sanskrit version. First I'll do it. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Naikanti no memai jatv ihashisha. Ashasate mutrachaye bhavadvidhah. Tadhapi manvantaram etad atra. Daite yeshvaranam anubhukshva bhogan. Please, Prabhu.
Sri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Naikanti no memai jat vihashisha. Ashasate mutrachaye bhagavad-vidadha.
Tatapi manvantram etadatra.
Tadhapi manvantaram etadatra.
Deyastvaranam anubhukshva bhogam.
Daityeshvaranam anubhukshva bhogan. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Naikanti no memai jadvihashisha. Good. Ashasate mutrachaye bhagavad-vidha. Tathapi manvantaram etad atra. Slowly. Daiteshvaranam anubhukshva bhogan. I think it should be enough. We read it a few times. And let's do word by word, repeating after me. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said. Na. Not. Ekantina. Unalloyed. Without desires, except for the one desire for devotional service. Me. From me. Mai. Unto me. Jatu. Anytime. Iha. Within this material world. Ashisha. Benedictions. Ashasate. Intense desire. Amutra. In the next life. Cha. And. Ye. all such devotees who Bhagavad Vidha, like you, Tadhapi, still, Manvantaram, the duration of time until the end of the life of one Manu. Etat is Atra, within this material world. Daitya Ishvaranam, of the opulences of materialistic persons. Anubhunkshva, you can enjoy all material opulences. Translation, I'll read. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Prahlada, a devotee like you never desires any kind of material opulences, either in this life or in the next. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy the opulences of the demons in this material world, acting as their king until the end of the duration of time occupied by mana." Purport by His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. I want to do this one sentence each, and why don't we start from Nityananda?
One mother lives for a duration of time calculated to be an aggregate of 71 yuga cycles, each of which equals 4,300,000 years.
Beautiful. And then we do one by one, and let's do more emotions, intonation to really feel this text.
Although atheistic men like to enjoy material opulences and they endeavor with great energy to build big residences, roads, cities and factories, unfortunately they cannot live more than 80, 90 or at most 100 years.
Although the materialistic exerts so much energy to create a kingdom of hallucinations, he is unable to enjoy it for more than a few years.
However, because Prahlad Maharaja was a devotee, allowed him to enjoy material opulence as the king of the materialists.
Leonid Maharaj had taken birth in the family of Hiranyakashipu, who was the topmost materialist. And since Prahlad was the bona fide heir of his father, the Supreme Lord allowed him to enjoy the kingdom created by his father for so many years that no materialist could calculate them.
A devotee does not have to desire material opulence, but if he is a pure devotee, there is ample opportunity for him to enjoy material happiness also, without personal endeavor.
Therefore, everyone is advised to take to devotional service under all circumstances.
If one desires material opulence, he can also become a pure devotee. If one desires material opulence, he can also become a pure devotee. And his desires will be fulfilled. It is stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.10.
Kama sarvamo va moksha kama udaradhih tivrina bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param.
Whether one, it's next, right?
Your turn?
It's Prabhu.
Whether one desire everything or nothing, or whether he desire to merge into the existence of the Lord, he is intelligent only if he worship Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by rendering transcendental loving service.
Joy. How do we understand this? Do we remember something from Oh, here it is, the translation. Okay. Who has the beautiful voice? Let's read it again, the translation. But why don't you read? Exactly.
As well as I don't have a beautiful voice, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "My dear Prahlada, a devotee like you never desired any kind of material opulence, either in his life or in the next life. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy opulences of the demons in the materialistic world, acting as their king, until the end of duration of the time of your money."
Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'm thankful for Narada who passed this verse to us, right? Am I right? Great. And let's see what's the message here. We see that Prahlada, without any desire, had been given some opulence. But how was he given it without desire? Simply because he was not attached to it. According to psychology course I've taken from Vedic knowledge, you can only have something if you're not attached to it. Why do you think is that the way it is? Anybody have an opinion? You can only have whatever you are not attached to. Why do you think is that? Anybody have an idea, please?
So the more attached you are to something, the more entangled you'll become. And so if you're attached to it, then you can have it but not be disturbed by it.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
When you are less attached to something, you are not insecure about, you're not scared of losing it, or you're not insecure about that thing. So you really enjoy it.
Thank you. Anybody else?
If you don't love something, you don't have the delusion about it. So you can be like practical, 100% active.
Okay, I see your point. How about you?
Yeah, she won't have the anarthas, lust, greed, and like anger. So that helps you not have those anarthas. And as Shri Krishna said, he focuses on being a devotee. So if I think of from a devotee perspective, we can do our devotional service, and we can even use that ultimate service of the Lord. So it's different from you trying to use it for your own self.
Thank you for your opinions. My view was that simply Krishna protects us. He cares about us so much because if we get something that we are really attached to, scared to lose, we'll lose ourselves. We'll be very nervous to have it. If we get a few $1 million right now, how are we gonna feel? Let's imagine. We might feel very pride, egoistic, not humble, and scared for it. If we have a brand new beautiful car, we might be scared to lose it. And if we especially work so hard for something, so hard, put all ourselves into this and to get this thing, it's gonna take us longer time to get it. We don't have the state of happiness, and we're just losing our strength for it. In the mode of goodness, you do things slowly, a little bit at a time, and then it comes naturally. Have you ever noticed that you want something really badly? For example, a relationship, or workplace, or material. You really want it hard and you don't have it. But as soon as you forget about it, it just comes. You just receive it. As soon as you get busy with something, for example, devotional service, Krishna gives you. It's called a true belief in Krishna, a trust. When you really believe in Krishna, when you are really Krishna consciousness, you know that He's in your heart as the super soul, and He knows exactly what do you want right now, what do you need right now, sorry. He knows what you want and He wants what you need, and He gives what you truly need right now to develop your character, to protect you from falling down. And we as devotees, even though we pray and do a lot of service and such, we might still struggle really hard because we're not getting it. Krishna, you hear me or not? Like, I'm praying so hard and I'm still not having it. Do you know why is this happening? Do you know why Krishna is not giving you this yet? Do you have any idea? Please, Antariksha.
If Krishna does things our way, then definitely we will get kind of entangled with Maya, and we'll get puffed up if things go our way. So he wants to give it to us, but in a way where we don't develop any kind of ego or any kind of what do we call it, pride for those things.
Beautiful. I'll share my understanding, but the thing is, I forgot the question. Could you remind me?
Yes. Question was, why does Krishna delay giving you certain things?
Okay, thank you. Because he loves us so much. He noticed we started praying, we started doing devotional service. He noticed that we turn ourselves to him. We make this one step to him, and he makes 10 steps to us by not giving us what we want, by letting us continue the practice harder, surrender more, devote more time, because that's what he likes, and that's what is the pure benefit for us. Because if we just if we suddenly in the middle of the process start hating Krishna for not having this what we want and just swearing on him, oh Krishna, come on, I don't want to do this anymore, I'm not your devotee. As soon as you decide this, he will give you everything right away. But you will be spoiled. He will give you everything you wanted, because he will turn his face away from you. Okay, enjoy, continue. So in this verse we see that Krishna ordered, actually Hiranyakashipu, right? Hiranyakashipu ordered Prahlada to enjoy the opulences.
Krishna or like
Narsimhadev ordered Prahlada, enjoy the opulences. Because he didn't want it. He was not attached. He's a devotee, and Krishna gave him a role to enjoy this. It's hard to understand Krishna's plans, and maybe we can just do assumptions that Krishna wanted other people to see somebody enjoying it, to maintain the Maya for somebody, and to maintain the beautiful position for a devotee. I see you have a question. Please ask.
In the previous verses, it was mentioned that when Krishna gives a material opulence to his pure devotees, it's just not for the sense gratification, but to be using it for his service, to be using all those opulences for Krishna's service, and not for any personal use.
Exactly. We might think that, oh, I live in I don't have anything, I don't have any money, I don't have any relationships, I'm so renounced, and kind of look bad on rich people who have this. Kind of look bad and think, you are not a devotee. Maya. On my perspective, this is a false renunciation, because the opulence, some rich things, money, it's the energy of God. It's His quality. The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, it's the energy of God. and it comes to you as soon as you're ready. And from the Vedic point of view, a person who has the high position in material life, or who is a big devotee, senior devotee, saffron devotee, he has just a lot of Shakti, this person. And this person, he accumulated a lot of Shakti from his previous lives. He has a choice either to use this Shakti for service or to use this Shakti for enjoying, being opulent without service. And there is a saying, there is a belief that we should not do Vaishnava Aparadha. What's it called in English? Yeah, Vaishnava Aparadha, but in English it's offenses to the devotees, right? But of course, devotees are very dear to Krishna. But non-devotees, I think they are also devotees. They're just not aware of this. They forgot it. Because how they get this level of opulence, for example, presidents, it's only by God's will they take this position, and only because of the Shakti accumulated in previous lives, because they did so much of good deeds. Yes, it's not bhakti yoga, but it's still a very high level of consciousness, and they are also dear to God. And if we, what's the word? Blaspheme? No. If we offend them, it's also not good for us. We take their karma. Okay, I made a small script and I didn't use it. See what's there. And whatever opulence you're giving, you are given, really values, really appreciates how you use it. For his service, or for your own pleasure. It's a check. Okay, you have it, and let's see what you do with it. Let's see how you have it. You either progress or degrade. And how to connect this is that there is nothing wrong with being wealthy, being rich, being opulent, because this is the quality of God that comes to you in a different quantity as soon as you're ready, as soon as you're not going to be spoiled, as soon as you're strong enough to have this opulence. And I personally look to rich people, even non-devotees, with oh wow, great, wonderful, you achieved this, you have this inner development of your consciousness, you're able to hold it, and you're, well, not falling down. Like, I try to see good in it, because it's energy of God. We gotta see good things. And when, especially criticizing somebody who is in Maya, we never know when we get this. I mean, whenever we criticize it, very soon after, we get the same situation to be checked. Okay, you criticized, let's see how you handle this, let's see how you know this. Because there is one thing to have the information, which is good, which is not good, and criticize. And another thing is to have the knowledge in your heart. The knowledge means processed information. Information that's in your heart, you're applying it already. And what I see is, for me, when I read too much in short time, I have a lot of information, and I need some time to convert it into knowledge. I'm a little bit a slow reader. But yeah. It's said there that in the purport, Although atheistic men like to enjoy material opulences and they endeavor with great energy to build big residences, roads, cities, and factories, and so many more and more and more, unfortunately they cannot live more than 80, 90, or at the utmost 100 years. Okay, print line, but why I'm saying this, that sometimes we run after things. Where is our happiness? You should think about it. Where is our happiness? We might think, oh, the happiness is as soon as I save enough money to get this car. And then what? The happiness is as soon as I have the work I want. And you're running after it, spending yourself. Okay, the happiness is once I have the family, once I have the kid, once I save enough money for his tuition fees. The happiness is once I have more, and then you what? You're dead, unexpectedly. You continue your way in another body. And where is the happiness? The happiness is as soon as you're able to apply it right now. It's the state of being. The happiness is in the present moment, is right now. Krishna is where?
Everywhere, everything, every place.
Including inside of you. That's where the happiness is. That's where the present moment is. We gotta stay in touch, in connection with Krishna in our heart by always remembering Him, seeing Him in everywhere, devotee, non-devotee, Maya. It's also His energy. I prefer to appreciate it, to appreciate everything, to see it in a good color. I see this safer for me, and it feels nicer. Not sure what else I wanted to say, but it feels like a good time to hear your questions, discuss something. Maybe realizations or comments, concerns. Maybe you can correct me somewhere. Please.
I love the point that you said, like seeing other people's opulence, seeing them as energy of God, and appreciate everything that's in the world.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really
Venkatesh?
love the way that you put things like very slowly, calmly, and like talking about point to point to point. Is really nicely engaging, asking the questions in between. That's very nice, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks to your blessing. If we get a chance to have like 5 minutes before it ends without questions, I'll share some of my realizations from the trip, if we want to hear that. Trip to Montreal and Ottawa. I was driving Bhakti Marga Swami for his blessed by Krishna. So yeah, I really liked having the association of different devotees, because there is ashram in Toronto that we visited and in Montreal, and either it's the same, the way it's running, it's completely different. First of all, I see us, we are a little bit luxurious, I would say. We have so much and so good here. We start at 5:30, and it's good, it's nice to combine it with our life when we are working. But the devotees over there are next level. I was so inspired that I want to share this inspiration with you, to give you this taste, this rasa of seeing them so sincere, so pure. So what happened in Montreal, the program starts at 4:30 at every temple, and they wake up at 3. I was driving, I was not planning to wake up so early, but I was lucky enough to just open up my eyes when I'm sleeping and see what's going on. And you know what? When they wake up, after 3, they take a shower, everything, 3:30, they are mopping their floor. They are washing their room with the water, with the rag, cleaning it up. Wow, Okay, I continue sleeping. Then I wake up and there is Mangalarti, Tulasi worship, 2 hours of japa time, and lunch, breakfast, yeah. But the difference is we have a lot of helpers here. There the community is less, and they do all the job, such as transferring the prasadam from the offered plates into the plates for everybody, to bringing this. I see them engaged fully into managing. We have like some leaders, some management that we need. We are a bigger community. But there are only a few people and it feels like everything is running on them. Every single day, they don't have a day off. They every single day wake up this time and go for Harinam book distribution for 4 hours. I was impressed. And when the Harinam is happening, I texted in the group, I actually confused book distribution and Harinam. So 70% they're doing Harinam. And what happens is that another 10 people comes just from their homes, and they come with some food, some prasadam they cooked. And such a location where there is a bus stop, metro stop, and university, a lots of people traffic, and they give out prasadam, books, this, so much engaging, and I was really inspired by that. I see that they have this energy, this determination, they give the choice to whom to donate, to whom not to donate. They're very openly to just donate the book. Here you go. Okay, they're not worried, not attached to money. They're so in the flow, and Krishna just takes care of it. They have their business card, okay. The monks, their business cards. I mean business cards with Mahamantra and their phone number to contact. And yeah, probably enough to say. It's just very inspiring to me, and I always find it nice to travel. I heard that when you travel some places, different ways of doing something, you get more mature, more wise, and I'm grateful for this trip, and I recommend to everybody without rushing, not really having your happiness in the future in the traveling, but when it comes, don't refuse the opportunity to travel, to explore, and I encourage you to always be present with the happiness right now. And just to conclude this, I want to say that there is nothing wrong with opulence if it's used properly in devotional service, because that's Krishna himself, his quality. And I thank everybody who come here, listen me. I hope I was able to serve you by passing something. It really didn't feel like to read my script or something. I don't know, I just start talking. And I wish you a great, blessed day. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha Vaishnavimyo namo namaha. Jai.